Wavesound Audiobooks presents an unabridged recording of We'll Meet Again by Rhonda Forrest, narrated by Withoos. 1. The 1950s were an exciting time for a young woman like Grace. The horrors of war were in the past, and Australia revelled in a new wave of post-war building and recovery. Women's education had improved, and a steady flow of young women were offered scholarships at universities throughout the country. Recently, Grace had completed her schooling at one of the most elite schools in Canberra, her marks topping the year level, as well as taking out other major prizes at the school's awards night. Her father Henry and mother Dawn supported her choice to continue studying, and she applied for the course that would fulfill her dream of becoming a vet. "This would have been a lot harder back in my day, Grace," Dawn told her. "You have a bright young mind, and I want you to seize this with both hands. You'll make a brilliant vet, and your father and I will support you in any way we can." The timing was perfect, and when Henry accepted a transfer to the police department in New South Wales, Grace enrolled in the University of Sydney. The university was not far from where they lived, and she was well into her 4th year of study when once again her father was asked to relocate to Brisbane. His latest role, to head up a new government department in the city. It was a relief when he accompanied her to a meeting with 2 professors from Brisbane. The 2 men were visiting the Sydney University for a conference, and at the request of one of Grace's teachers, put aside some time to discuss her studies. Henry helped her explain the reasons for moving to Brisbane, adding his concerns about the interruptions to her learning due to his new posting. She handed over her result papers from previous years, watching the men as they peered over their spectacles, perusing the pages. The professors nodded and listened as Henry continued to talk. They commented that it was unusual for females to undertake the veterinary courses, but from looking at her results, they could see she was committed and intelligent. It was also important for them to support the family, considering Henry was filling an important position in Brisbane. Finally, they announced they would be more than happy to slot Grace into the course required to finish her degree. Arrangements were made for her to continue studying that year before finishing the course the following year. She would be reassigned to the University of Queensland. Their set work was similar, and the professor explained if she transferred now, she would be in time for the last lectures and exam for the year. He would see to it that it was all organised and the paperwork completed, so she could be ready to start as soon as they moved to Brisbane.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?